Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. It's your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. Please reach out to me directly. Email tmosso@thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details. Today, we're discussing a watch that hails from the Roger Dubuis Golden Square family. The Golden Square family launched in 2001 alongside the Roger Dubuis manufacturer. So at the same time this family was debuting, the company was becoming a true movement manufacturer in its own right. Now, this is the Golden Square Skeleton Tourbillon. It's a 28-piece limited edition in white gold with a fully skeletonized and engraved RD02 tourbillon caliber. So the watch, as I measure it, is 40 millimeters across. It's 12.9 millimeters thick from lug tip to lug tip. It's 52.9 millimeters and it has a broad 30 millimeter spacing between the lugs. We'll throw the watch on my wrist. My wrist is 16 centimeters in circumference, and although the watch is physically huge, it actually wears nicely. Two reasons for that. One, it's the fact that the lugs are barely there, so while they do drape over the edge of my wrist a little bit, the fact that they're so curtailed and cropped means it doesn't read as an extension over the edge of my wrist. It's actually a good fit. I would say don't wear it on a wrist smaller than mine, but 16 centimeters circumference and up, you're good to go. You can also see it's fairly thin. At under 13 millimeters, it's surprisingly compatible with a dress cuff. The watch also has a curved case back that helps it sit well on the wrist, and you can see that to good effect from this angle. The strap is Roger Dubuis. It's proprietary. It's perforated. It's large rectangular scale alligator leather on the top, black with a monotone stitch, a semi-gloss finish. You can see there's a sheer cut side showing the layers of leather. This is old school case assembly with welded on lugs and then screws and bars used to fix the strap for utmost security. This is a much more secure setup than a spring bar, especially given the 30 millimeter lug spacing. A calfskin on the bottom. You can see it's a brand new Roger Dubuis factory strap. This is number 6 of 28. And the watch comes with a matching twin trigger release RD logo single fold white gold clasp. Lots to love here. Starting with the fact that most of this watch is made by Dubuis. You can see the Roger Dubuis maker's mark here on the case, and at this point Dubuis was also beginning to make its own movements. Now the case is simple, although there are some pleasing nuances. Again, the lugs welded on, inserted into slots, welded with all evidence of the weld removed to create that sharp break. This is an extensively handmade and hand-finished case. All of the satination on the case is vertical. You can see there's a thin polished hood to each lug. We have a polished bezel. We have a polished case back that's instepped somewhat to create the appearance of a thinner watch. You can also see there's a little bit of an inward step to the bezel. The dial actually consists of, well, it consists of a sapphire over a movement. We've got the primary sapphire, which is cambered and also shaped to match the dial, so it's rather impressive that this watch still has a standard 30-meter water resistance rating. These shaped crystals are not easy to make water resistant. We have a second sapphire that sits under that, and we have a mirrored surface beneath that, so you have this mirrored surround in a sort of mirrored blue tone. And then we have these little numerals, as well as the Roger Dubuis company name itself, that extend over the center dial, and those float on that second sapphire above the dial base. We have a Celtic cross-inspired 1-minute tourbillon. You can see it's alternately black polished and fire blued, and quite striking. It is a flying tourbillon with no upper bridge to block your view. It's a 1-minute tourbillon. It beats away at 21,600 vibrations per hour. And tourbillon watches are integral to the modern Roger Dubuis identity, as a huge portion of RD watches are actually sold with tourbillon today. You can see at center, there's the motion works, including the hour wheel driven by the minute wheel pinion. You can see the minute wheel below the minute wheel pinion, and the minute wheel is also used to adjust the cannon pinion. The cannon pinion drives the minute wheel, and the minute wheel, of course, drives the hour wheel. The cannon pinion holds the minute hand. The hour wheel holds the hour hand. You can see how all of that operates. You can even take a look adjacent to the crown, and you can see how the motion works is operating with its clutch spring, its winding pinion, its crown wheel. It has all of those features available where you can see and enjoy them. And everything is skeletonized, engraved, beveled, and polished. You can see there's a lovely little romantic heart motif that repeats across almost every surface large enough to bear a little heart. The steel components, though, are satinated across their top and then beveled in mirrored fashion on the side. The parts that are engraved and skeletonized are actually made of brass with rhodium added to give them that silver shine. And then we have mirror polished white gold hands at center. When you turn the watch over, you can see that it features the Geneva hallmark, and the finish is certainly to that standard. You can see we have the barrel, it's open, so you can see the coiling of the mainspring, manual wind, 60-hour power reserve, and of course made in-house. At this point, Roger Dubuis was even beginning to make its own escapement, balance, and hairspring assemblies. You can see those little heart motifs more clearly on the reverse side. You can also see that everything not necessary to functionally serve chronometry has been eliminated. This is the RD02SQ for skeletonized. Remember, not every skeleton watch is also engraved. Not every engraved movement is also skeletonized. This one is both. When you turn it on its side, though, and I'll do my best to show this, you could see that the edge of every skeletonized bridge has also been mirror beveled, so you get both. All the screw heads are black polished with chamfered slots in circumference, and there's satination across the wheels. It is a beautifully handmade watch from a true manufacturer. Reach out to Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details. One more quick feature I just wanted to show you. This is a twin trigger release, single fold, white gold deploying clasp, but to ensure that the strap is crimped and locked, we actually have a little pivoted clasp inside of the buckle itself. So you work the strap through, you set it at its correct hole, and then you snap this into place, effectively locking the strap into the clasp. So unlike a conventional deployant where in theory the strap could pop off the pin, fixing it in place, here it's sandwiched and it is secured with a hinged clasp that gives you double insurance against dropping your watch. This is a far above average deployant clasp design.